A recent client interaction reminded me of something I've seen repeatedly across retail. What works brilliantly for store number 1 to 50 or even say 100 need not necessarily continue working for stores beyond 100. The same brand, the same reporting structure, the same SOPs. But suddenly things start breaking. Managers struggle, execution becomes difficult, and head office spends most of its time firefighting. Business has not just become bigger, it has become more complex. Hi, I'm Madhumita Mohanty. I've spent 27 plus years in retail across leadership, consulting, training, and teaching at premier B schools in the country. Here's what retailers need to know before they start rewiring for expansion. Tip number 1. A single process can no longer solve problems for all stores. In the early stages, standardization is a retailer's biggest strength. One operating process, one merchandising approach, a single review format works fine. But as the network expands, stores stop looking like each other. A mall store, for example, will behave very differently from a high street or a standalone store. A shopper in a metro city will shop very differently from a shopper in a smaller town in a tier 3 city. Even the staffing realities are completely different. Yes, the brand should remain consistent, but execution should be locally intelligent. Tip number 2. Store managers need different set of capabilities. As a retailer expands, very often the promotions are from within. A good salesperson is elevated to become a store manager. The problem is not that they are incapable. The problem is that a different skill set is required. Earlier, success meant selling well. Now, the same person has to navigate more complex issues, deal with interpersonal issues, learn how to lead a team, look at store metrics, generate walk-ins, and solve a lot of issues without always waiting for instructions or head office directives. This needs a completely different skill set. Tip number 3. Talent actually becomes two different sets of problems. Expansion creates opposing challenges. In smaller town, finding experienced and skilled retail hands becomes difficult. And this is a capability issue. In larger towns and metro cities, you find experienced people, but they don't stay. So attrition becomes a challenge. Naturally, you cannot use the same hiring strategy for both situations. Retailers often think it's an HR issue. It is actually an operational issue. Every weak manager impacts not only your sales, but also your customer experience. Tip number 4. With expansion, your head office also has to change. And this is probably the biggest shift. Head office cannot solve all problems centrally any longer. Managers need to have clear decision rights. Your internal reviews need to identify problems much earlier, and processes should be done in a manner that enables your store managers and not just trap them in generating reports. The biggest lesson from scaling is not opening your store number 101. It is redesigning how your stores 1 to 100 are supported. If you are planning rapid retail expansion or you've already done that, don't just ask whether your stores are growing. Ask yourself whether your systems and processes have grown along with your stores. If this sparked a debate or a question in you about store expansion or retail teams and operations, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm Madhumita Mohanty and this is Retail Refresher, where I share one retail tip, lesson or story every week. See you next Tuesday.